Shalom, family. It's good to see you. We're going to look at a Karen, actually, two Karens. And yes, this story is going to annoy the hell out of you. It did for me. And I'm sure some of you might have seen it already. So I have two video clips that I'm going to show you about how a sister that is an Amazon delivery person went to deliver a package, and this happened in Texas, so it's no shock over that. And she went to this luxury apartment. So these folks are upscale, well to do, but when it comes down to racism, they all act the same. It really do. So, anyway, she's trying to deliver a package, and she said she had on her Amazon vest and everything and still got accused of stealing. And you're going to see this Karen pushing up against her. She's pushing against this sister and screaming she's being attacked. But you know what? That's an old tactic they have been playing on us for a long time, where they attack you and then claim they were the one attacked. They've been doing this for centuries. All right. I tell you what, you can clearly see how things are passed down. And this sister, if it was me, I would have knocked that, excuse my language, y'all, but I would have knocked that bitch right down to the floor. Once she started pushing up against you, you got every right to defend yourself. But there are still many among the Karens that believe you are not allowed to defend yourself. You know where that crap comes from, y'all? The plantation. They still trying to treat us like we're on the plantation when they attack us. So they can walk up and do anything they want to you, but the slave on the plantation can't defend themselves. That's how they treat us. Like we're still down on that plantation and we can't do anything to defend ourselves. Well, that plantation, I don't see no plantation. So when you step to me and I knock your ass out, it is what it is. But y'all, Karen don't have it so easy anymore out here. I remember a few years back, there was a brother in a parking lot and a Karen spat at him. That man slapped that Karen so hard. I felt that slap. I felt it. Her glasses flew off her face and she fell all down on the ground and everything. And then there was some of y'all might remember there was a Karen on a train, and I believe it was New York. And she was messing with some brothers that just got some food and they were on the subway train. And she just got up and just randomly started messing with these two black men. Well, one of those men, he retaliated and pushed her back. Everybody that was sitting around this Karen got up and moved away from her. Not one person stood up for her. And I said, that's the way it should be. You initiated a fight randomly on black men. So why should anybody else dive in there and risk their well-being just for you? I wouldn't do it either. And then there was another one I saw. A couple of sisters handled the Karen. There was a Karen that went into a supermarket screaming all the N-word at everybody. When she got outside, that sister jumped her butt out there. So they don't always have it easy. You know, they try to make it seem like they do. They really, truly don't. You know, it's going to look, we're moving into the age of Aquarius, which means even more of their top spot will start diminishing on them. They already don't look as powerful as they did prior to 2019. That lockdown took a lot away from them that they never could bounce back to this very day. So let me go ahead and show you the first clip. And the first clip is really important so you can see the whole thing of what transpired. The second clip is going to be a news clip, and you're going to see the driver talking on this particular news clip. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Shalom to everybody in the chat. All right, here we go. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
We've had thieves here, and you're a thief?
Excuse me, don't touch me.
No.
Don't touch me. Excuse me. Excuse me, please don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Literally touching me. Okay, yeah, do that, please, because she's harassing me. Thank you. Please call security. Thank you. Please call security.
You don't.
Excuse me.
You don't. You're.
Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
She's attacking me.
Please call
She's
security.
attacking me. She's attacking me.
Please call security. Excuse me, ma'am.
Stop here.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Stop.
Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Amazon.
Do that, please.
Oh, please.
Now you see these two coming at her. Now the one with the little dog, she was the one that was saying, "I'm calling security on you, on you." And this other ugly one right here, labeled Karen number 1, she was the one, and you can clearly see she's pushing this sister. She's pushing on her and then yelling she's getting attacked. But y'all, that's the oldest trick in the book that they have been pulling this entire time. So I'm not surprised, but it is so annoying to see that. She said she had on a vest that said Amazon. She had a package. So if somebody's got a package in their hand and they're on your floor, how are they stealing? She's clearly showing who she is. So how is that stealing? These folks will fabricate anything just to get at one of us. That's all it is at the end of the day. But she wouldn't have pushed up against me like that. I would have knocked her frail, ugly ass down to the floor. She wouldn't have done that to me. So anyway, this is the first clip I wanted to show you. And and like I said, there are many that look just like her that will look at that clip and say, "Oh no, she shouldn't do anything." No, because you trying to treat us like we still on the plantation. That's why you think y'all can walk up and do whatever and we can't defend ourselves. That shit comes from the plantation, y'all. That's all it is. It comes from the plantation. You can't tell somebody they're not a slave. And then in the other end, see, when it comes down to reparations, we're not a slave. But when it comes down to Karen and Darren, they blatantly treat us like we're still slaves. They blatantly do it. So let me show you the next clip, y'all. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Amazon delivery driver says she was harassed at a residential building in River Oaks while trying to do her job, and it was all caught on camera. That driver is now demanding accountability. ABC 13's Daniela Hurtado is live in the newsroom tonight with this story. Daniela?
Erica, she says she was wearing a marked Amazon vest and was trying to deliver a package to a residential building she had never been to before. She tells us a resident allowed her into the building and also allowed her onto the elevator. But she tells us things took a bit of a turn when they both got off on the same floor.
We've had thieves here, and you're a thief?
That's part of a video captured on December 16th by Amazon delivery driver Jemiah Miller when she went to deliver a package at a residential property called Belmead in River Oaks.
The delivery instructions for this particular suite said deliver to suite. So despite the woman telling me I needed to go to the concierge, I decided that I was just going to finish my job and deliver it to the suite.
Representatives for the property say they're building policies for all packages to be delivered to the concierge. It's something Miller says she wasn't aware of until a resident told her as she was already on the floor of the apartment she needed to deliver to.
If they really thought it was a problem, I feel like they could have contacted security or the concierge himself instead of trying to physically approach me and becoming so aggressive.
No.
Don't touch me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please don't
Miller
touch
says
me.
she started to grow concerned, so she started recording the interaction on her phone.
I mean, being a Black woman in a rich white neighborhood, mostly white neighborhood, I did feel like the people would probably believe those residents, being that they were older white women. Excuse me.
She's attacking me.
Please call
She's
security.
attacking
She was saying she's attacking me, but you can clearly see her hitting me as she's saying this. So yeah, in that moment, it got a little bit more scary too, because I felt like she was going to try to make false claims about me being there.
Miller has filed a police report, and her case has now been assigned to an investigator. Bellmead property representatives say the actions of third parties do not in any way reflect the values of the property. They say they're cooperating with police. Daniela Hurtado, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so as you can see, she did file a police report. She need to lawyer up. There ain't no way I would let them two get away with doing what they did. She need to lawyer up, but there is no reason why those women shouldn't be picked up. If it was the other way around, a white Amazon driver and these were black residents doing the same thing, they would have got arrested. These women need to get arrested. They need to go to jail for what they did. And yeah, she must, she got to file the police report, but she needs to, no matter what their investigation outcome is, she needs to sue these women. Lived in a just world, those two would be told by the property owner to get the hell out of these apartments. They should get kicked out. But since we don't live in a just world, they will get away with it. They will get away with it. I highly doubt that they'll be told to get out of those buildings, that they live in. They probably won't say a word to them. But, it just goes to show you it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be trying to do a job. And we have seen countless videos of our people trying to do jobs, and they will come up and start an incident and then try to play victim. That woman was clearly pushing on that sister and screaming at the same time she's being attacked. And if the police would have shown up at that moment, that's exactly what she would have told the police. Oh, she attacked me. She attacked me. She was doing a job. And you can clearly see they don't care if we are doing our jobs. They will walk up and bother you. And you notice how nobody came out. They had to hear that commotion. They had to hear that commotion because it was pretty loud. So those other people, you notice nobody came to the door and said, leave that woman alone. Let her deliver that package. Or what's going on? Why don't you leave that woman? You notice how they don't do that? But how many times do they get in our face talking about some good white people? You ever notice the good white people never show up? They never show up. It's almost like y'all don't exist. You know why? Y'all don't exist because when these kind of things happen, y'all never show up. When our people are being harassed, unarmed by police, y'all never show up. It's good to know that when it comes down to good white people, they're never around. They're never around. That's one consistent thing about you good white people. You are never around when these incidents happen. And it seems like the ones that are evil, they are always readily available. Maybe one day you can explain that to us. Maybe one day you can explain to us why it's always that way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, so this sister didn't do nothing wrong. And even if she was supposed to go to the concierge, like she said, those instructions were never given to her. The instructions that were given was she had to go and deliver the package. So somebody dropped the ball, and I don't believe it was her. I don't believe it was her at all. Well, Willie Rivers and August Dreams, that's the point I'm making. When I say they are never around, that's exactly what you wrote is exactly what the point I'm trying to make. They're very quick to get in our face. Not all of us, not all of us. There's good ones. There's good, but it's amazing how consistently the good ones are never on the scene. Never. Never. We never see the good ones when these incidents happen. So that must either there are none or they're very few to the point where you're never around when these incidents. It's just not many of you at all. That would have to be the answer. Yeah, that would have to be the answer. You're never around because perhaps you don't exist. Even when I go back and look at footage 50 and 60 years ago, I don't see these good ones around. I see our people getting hoses turned on them, beaten up, dogs sicked on them, shot. And these good ones, they weren't around even then. And here we are at the end of 2023, and the good ones are still never around. That's one thing about you good ones. You are consistent. I'll at least give you that much. You're consistent. So nobody should have to go through this doing a job. Okay? Nobody. You should be able to, no matter what job or profession you're in, you should be left to do that job. You know, it's almost like when they spot us, they got to always see what you're doing and follow you around. And like I said, they still act like we're on the plantation. Oh, that slave don't look like they're doing anything. Let me get up and see what this slave is doing over there. Let me find out what's going on with this slave. That's what it feels like. And don't let us stand around and have a conversation. Oh, I see two slaves talking. They must be conspiring. Let me get up and go over there and see what's going on. They're conspiring. They're conspiring. Boy, if y'all don't go somewhere and sit down, one thing we don't do, we don't think about y'all like that. A lot of times when we're talking to somebody, there's a reason for it, or we're getting caught up because we haven't seen each other in a while. It ain't about you. I know you think everything is about you, but I'll be damned if everything is not about you. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, let me drop the link. I'm going to take a few calls. I don't want to be on here too long. Please limit your comment to 3 minutes so that I can allow more people to come onto the panel. Here's the link. That's all I ask. Just please limit and stay within the guidelines when you speak. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, all the violence came from that woman. The accuser, the Karen, that woman, the sister, she was just trying to hold her back. Like I said, it couldn't be me. And see, you didn't even hear in that report where Amazon saying, you know what, we're gonna cease delivering to that building because of the incident. And that just goes to show you, even her job was not looking out for her. Amazon should have looked at that incident and said, you know what, we're not delivering any packages to that building anymore because it impedes upon the safety of our workers, right? Shalom, Mooch 25.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, I have two things. I'm a follower of you, but I got two things I want to let you know what's going on. Maybe you already do. There's these two black conservative channels. One called Big Ward, the Genius, and the other guy is called Ricky Manor. They're anti-black, but they have put your name, Professor Black Truth, and a few others in their TikToks and in their videos saying that you guys are leading blacks away from Biden to support Trump. They're saying, yeah, you're definitely one. It's and I'm not a Biden or a Trump supporter, but they're saying your channel is doing a great thing, leading all the black people to vote for Trump. And then they're making videos where they're telling black people to stay away from blacks and all this and that. Then they're using your name and Professor Black Truth's name, and they're taking parts off y'all's videos, little parts where you say that blacks shouldn't support Biden or stuff like that, and then they're twisting it around and they're making it like your channel and these other black channels are supporting black conservatives and white racism. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, I'm not supporting either candidate. And if they listen, well, anybody can just come and listen to my videos. I don't really say good things about Donald Trump because at the end of the day, Donald Trump don't have no plan for our community. And Joe Biden has already showed that he's not going to do nothing for us at all. So, I mean, they can take all the snippets they want. The people that come over and listen to my videos, they know where I stand. There's no
Right.
confusion. And as far as black conservative, they're all raccoons as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
thank you.
I
No,
agree.
yeah, but thank you for coming on the panel. I do
All right.
appreciate it. You can
Thank
come
you.
back
Shalom.
another time. You can come back another time, maybe on another topic.
Hey, thank you.
Uh,
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. One mystery.
How you doing,
Shalom.
Lisa?
I'm all
Shalom
right.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Look, you fired up, and that's how I feel too. When I watched that video, I was like, "Oh my God, I would have slapped the shit out of this bitch."
Yeah. She would have had every right to, because you can clearly see in the video she was pushing her
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Listen, I'm gonna make it real brief. I live in Chicago, and I work downtown. I'm on a hybrid schedule. I'm in IT. So anyway, I um I often encounter Karens, but I put them in their place. Number one, when we're walking, they think you're supposed to step beside black people. Every black person under the sound of Lisa and my voice right now, stop moving to the side when you see them motherfuckers. Make them move.
Mhm.
Because for me, I'm like, I'm walking past them. You know, they act like they ain't gonna move. The other day, I just yelled really loud. I go do it on the live, but I was like, "Move, Stephanie!"
Mhm.
You should have seen them. Everybody looking like, "Yes, get out of my way. A queen is coming through. I'm not playing with you." But anyway, so one of these white Latinos thought they was gonna assault me and target it. I haven't had a fight since I was 16. I beat the hell out that bitch. She went to the ambulance and got arrested. Don't put your hands on me.
Mm.
Listen, it's time out for that passive. Oh, I'm gonna forgive. No, I'm gonna beat your ass. Keep your
Yeah.
hands off of me.
Mhm. I hear you.
So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, it's time out for that, and I'll let them know this ain't the 40s, 50s, or 60s. I will beat your ass, and no, I don't want to be nowhere near you, contrary to popular belief. But you have a good one.
Oh, you
Shalom.
too. You too. Shalom. Sh- oh, oops, I'm sorry. Sorry. Shalom, dark skinned brother.
Shalom, Lisa. How you doing, family?
All right. Tell
Yeah,
me what
I'm.
you think.
Yeah, we coming into 2024. We got to start matching these folks' energy because they don't understand. They ain't got no moral bone in their body. They can't be reasoned with. The only thing they understand is violence. We got to start matching that when one of them running up on us like that. And I
Mm,
bet you, if we do that enough, I bet you they'll stop. Because no, it's starting to get ridiculous. Now they think that they can put hands on us.
mm-hmm.
But what happened when you run across that wrong one? You put hands on it, and they're gonna put you in the ground.
And there are videos like that, dark skinned brother, where they try to step up on one of us, and it looks terrible when you clearly see they got all that mouth, and at the end of the day, can't even defend themselves.
Exactly, and we
You
gotta have that camera on deck too, because as soon as you put hands on one of them, here come the cops, and guess whose side they're gonna take?
Right. That's why I was saying this woman was clearly pushing up against the sister and then screaming she's being attacked. I said that's an old trick they have been playing for a long time.
Exactly, but that's what I was trying to put in the chat, but for some reason YouTube be hating on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
they hate hard too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And
Exactly.
yeah, so thank you. And like I said, and thank you for all the undying support you always give my channel. I do appreciate you, brother.
Oh, you welcome, sister.
And is there anything else you want to say?
Oh, that was it.
Okay. You
All
enjoy
right.
your day. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, sister.
Pride of Judah. Welcome to the panel.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
That's great. That's great. When I saw this, I was just absolutely outraged, and it reminded me of a video I saw about a week ago of this brother who was accused of stealing a phone on an airplane. And
Mm-hmm.
this white woman hauled off and slapped him across his face and continued to make demands that he return this cell phone that he did not have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, I think the integration was probably the worst thing that could have happened to our community.
Mm-hmm.
We we were separate and unequal, but we were separate and more independent of them and had fewer of these types of encounters. Furthermore, our children weren't brought up or indoctrinated into this idea that we were supposed to stand down every time a white person said boo to us.
Right.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
we have been conditioned over 400 years to be subservient, to not make eye contact, to move aside on the sidewalk and let them barrel on through. The law has always been on their side. Institutions have always been on their side, and we are at a clear disadvantage because if that young lady had cursed that old woman, she'd have lost her job, even though
Right.
she was not in the wrong.
Right.
If
But they
if
don't
that
care. They
No,
don't
they
care.
don't care. They don't care.
It's like nothing that this woman, the sister, could have said would have been
Nothing.
able to save her.
No.
Yeah.
And furthermore, she can't even have the basic human right of defending herself
Right.
without the threat of losing her livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Because the courts are going to look at, oh, this young black female with the dreads who's so scary looking hit this poor frail little old lady, when we
Mm-hmm.
clearly see what was going on.
Yeah.
There is no winning in this situation. There was nothing she could do. If she had not had that camera, she would have been arrested.
That's why we all
She would
say
have been facing charges. So this is called the black tax.
yes. And this
This
is why we say the system is rigged. They
absolutely
got the whole thing rigged up against us.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear all the time when I call for separation, there's a reason I call for the separation. We as a community need to heal from 400 years of oppression, 400 years of injustice, 400 years of terrorism. We cannot coexist with our terrorists and expect to heal. We
Mm-hmm.
have to be separated from them
Mm-hmm.
because we're going to fall into these same old patterns of, well, if it comes down to it, it's going to be the white man's word over mine.
Right. And
That's
that's why they don't like our youth. That's why you're hearing a lot of them. Oh, oh, we don't like the young. I mean, the older ones are, yeah, because see, the older ones are more conditioned to their
facts.
ways. The
Facts.
young ones nowadays, if you look at one of our young brothers and sisters and say, well, they got white skin, they gonna look at you like you lost your mind. They know there's nothing extraordinary about these people because of their skin. Our young people ain't stupid. They looking at them like they got three heads when well, we're white. They
Well,
like, what the hell? We don't care about that.
well, I think that that's a double-edged sword. I've seen both in our community. I've seen some of our young black brothers and sisters forgetting the past and forgetting the oppression and forgetting that peers, these same Gentile peers, have parents that can't stand them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're not on guard the way that they should be.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we must not send our kids out in the world clueless.
Right.
That's what the only thing that upsets me more is when an incident goes down and then you hear either the children or the parents say, well, it's 2023 and why is this stuff still happening? Are you
Oh,
freaking kidding me?
they can miss me with that.
Are y'all for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I just feel that we need to be separate from them if we
Mm-hmm.
are to heal. I've been called racist and everything else, and there's some good white people out there, but I'm here to report that the good white people out there are statistically insignificant and consistently missing in action. And that's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna land my plane right there.
And there you go. Shalom, sister.
Shalom.
All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. And we'll be coming back. I believe my next one is at 3:30. And so I hope that you will be there for that next live stream. So wherever you are, my brothers and sisters, please have a wonderful day. Shalom.